Okay, YouTube, I finally decided to make a review on my Bhangra. I've had it for about a month now, and my mom's camera's been retarded and always says card error every time I try to upload a video or whatever. So I haven't been able to use that, and then I just found out how to use my iPod Touch to do it because I'm retarded. But yeah, this is my setup. I have a Flex one because I'm like 185 and I don't need the board be scraping the ground because I'm fat ass. But yeah, I have the Paris 180 raw on raw, like it's all silver, because I have the Adam Colton trucks on my Dervish, and as you can see, every time you go off a curb, not perpendicular, if you go off a little to the side or anything like that, it scrapes the paint off, so then you end up with like grind marks, and it looks pretty ghetto. So I decided to just get the metal ones so that when that happens, it just takes metal off and doesn't take off paint. I figured that would look better, and so far I'm pretty glad I did that. And then of course the stimulus wheels, and I have built-in bearings because I heard they were pretty awesome. And yeah, so far I like them, they're pretty good. One thing I did that most people don't really pay attention to is my pivot cups. I put in these Cairo pivot cups. Of course you can't really see it because it's a pivot cup, because the stock Paris ones are kind of plasticky. It's just a little piece of plastic that goes right in here, and that's your pivot point, and you don't really want a little hard piece of basically plastic on your truck. So I got the Cairo ones, and they're a little bit softer, and it has more meat on it, right where the on the very end. So when you land a trick, it has some force. It takes some of the force off your axles, and it kind of makes it less sloppy. And I also suggest the soap technique. I don't know what you want to call it, but I've seen some people say you can take your hanger off, and then take a knife and a bar of soap and scrape it into your pivot cup so that it doesn't squeak. And I've done that a couple times already, and it only lasts about a month. I just did it 5 minutes ago, but it makes your ride so much smoother, and it's just soap, so it's not gonna jank it up or anything, get it all greasy. I still have the stock Divine bushings in it or whatever, and in my Dervish I have Venom supercars, cone on the top and bottom, and I think I'm gonna get double barrels on this just because it's so much bigger, and it'll give it more stability. Look out, dog. Get out here. Yeah, the graphic is pretty cool because it's the burnt in, the brand thing, branded like a cow, and it's the monsters, of course. It doesn't scrape too bad. When it scrapes, it doesn't take paint off. It just makes it look kind of white wherever it's scraped. You probably can't even see it on the camera. It looks pretty solid, and I've hit it on many a curb, just messing up and stuff. As far as the board feels, some people said it would take really a long time to get used to because of the nose and tail and the weight and everything. The only thing I can say about that is the tail is kind of awkwardly long, and when you do manuals, it's kind of if you don't have your foot just right, it'll be too much leverage, and it'll kind of want to go to one side. And so I kind of like the nose better for manuals, but I usually end up using the tail anyway. And when you're doing a tiger claw or something, or any kind of trick where you pop it up and catch it, if you don't have your foot right on the edge and not here, if you have your foot here, it'll just kind of go and just stop, and then that's no good. You have to put it right kind of more on the edge than you would think to get it to fly out from under your foot, so you can get, it'll come up in the air and you can grab it. I found that out the hard way a couple times. It just went and I slammed my knee into the grip tape, so my knees are all jank on both legs. But so yeah, but that's all good. You get used to it. I do like how the grip tape, there's regular grip tape on the dancing platform, and like the vicious type grip, which kind of feels like gravel when you first get it, up here. It's really good for shove-its and all that stuff. One thing I like, I don't think anybody said in any of their reviews, is the dervish. Whenever you like land something wrong, I just replaced this grip like a week ago. It lands like on the edges and like jacks up your edges. Like, this is new grip and it's already like jank, and kind of, since it's dropped through, it lands on the base plate, which is no good, because then like if you land and like it kind of strips your screws for you, like it'll scrape on the concrete and then just make your screw like smooth, and then when you go to take your truck off, you have to like ground it out, which is like a pain in the butt. So I really like how the Bhangra, when you fail on a trick and like it lands upside down, it only hits like either the side or the nose and tail, and like really like the nose and the tail doesn't get damaged nearly as bad. Like it looks normal. And the side, when it hits, like because the nose and the tail is in the way, it doesn't let it hit the grip tape, so it actually hits the side and not the grip tape, which is like a great improvement, I think, over the dervish. And like the dervish, when you hit the ground, it sounds like a train wreck. It's like like metal and all kinds of craziness, because it's like light, and then the trucks, the base plate's hitting the ground and the screws, and you just like, you cringe and everything. And this is more, since like it has the damp or resin and like the cork in the middle, it just kind of like thunk, instead of like I know my sound effects are really corny, but like that was one thing I hated about my dervish, especially when it was new, because like you get something new and like it hits the ground, it's already bad enough because it's like getting jank, but when it sounds like a freaking car accident, you don't want that. So I really like how the Bhangra was like designed. It's kind of like, you know, the destruction test thing, the video they did. It's all good. Yep. As far as like razor tail, this is the tail. There you go. It's kind of getting razor tail. But also that's from like me not putting my foot in the right spot, and like it'll rub, and also with a manual, like I said, it's kind of sketchy, so like I'll end up scraping like this side of the tail. But like really, it looks kind of bad, but from like, it's really like, it looks worse on the camera, I think. And the nose is pretty good. And also what I contribute the tail to is that new Adam Colton trick, the like 360 slide spin whatever dealio thing. They're like one of their newest trick tip things. I just kind of learned that, and like I failed a couple times, but yeah, that's why my tail is got jank, because it was fine until like a couple days ago. But yeah, I know I said a whole bunch of crap. Leave comments and questions and all that stuff. I'm really happy with this board overall. It's so smooth, and I feel like I'm riding like something that was meant to be like ridden and danced on and do tricks on, and like the board kind of becomes part of you after a while, and it's like, it's a pretty sick board. So and some people said like it's not worth it because of the money, and like my mom was like on unemployment when we got this, and it's still like, it's not even like a big deal. I mean, like, just save up. But if you really want this board, get it. If you're iffy, just wait a while and figure out what board you want to get. But I like this board. So, but yeah, sorry this video is so long. And please comment and like or whatever you want to do. That's my Bhangra vid. Thanks for watching.